When narcissists suffer because you will never come back. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Narcissist Exposed channel, where we explore the depths of human behavior, relationships, and the intricacies of our emotional lives. If you're new here, thank you for joining us. Today's topic is one that resonates deeply with many of us. We're going to talk about narcissists and the unique kind of suffering they endure when they realize you're never coming back. This is a profound and often painful subject, one that touches on the very essence of human interactions and the ways in which we navigate the complexities of love, ego, and personal boundaries. So, sit back, get comfortable, and let's dive into this compelling discussion. To truly understand why narcissists suffer when you decide never to come back, we must first explore what narcissism is and how it affects those who are narcissistic. Narcissism, at its core, is characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. This personality trait or disorder, depending on its severity, shapes the way a narcissist views the world and interacts with the people around them. They see themselves as superior, special, and deserving of all the best that life has to offer. This belief is not just a superficial confidence, it is a deeply ingrained sense of entitlement. Narcissists thrive on what is known as narcissistic supply. This term refers to the admiration, attention, and affirmation they receive from others, which serves to bolster their fragile self-esteem. Narcissistic supply can come in many forms: praise, compliments, validation, or even control over others. For a narcissist, people are often viewed not as individuals with their own needs and desires, but as tools to fulfill their need for validation. When someone provides them with this supply, they feel powerful, important, and valued. However, when the supply is threatened or withdrawn, it can lead to a crisis of identity. The idea that someone might choose to leave them permanently is often unthinkable to a narcissist. After all, why would anyone want to leave someone as exceptional as they believe themselves to be? This is why the initial reaction of a narcissist to the end of a relationship is often one of disbelief. They may refuse to accept that the relationship is truly over, resorting to tactics such as love bombing, where they shower the other person with affection, promises of change, and grand gestures to lure them back. These actions are not necessarily driven by love or remorse. Rather, they are motivated by the narcissist's need to restore their sense of control and maintain their source of supply. When these attempts fail and it becomes evident that the other person is not coming back, the narcissist's disbelief often turns into anger and resentment. This anger can manifest in various ways, including lashing out, smear campaigns, and even attempts to sabotage the other person's life. This behavior is driven by a deep-seated rage at the idea of losing control and being rejected. In the narcissist's mind, they are the ones who should be in control of the relationship, and any deviation from this script is seen as a personal affront. This brings us to an important point. For narcissists, relationships are not about mutual respect, love, or genuine connection. They are about power dynamics, control, and validation. When someone leaves and makes it clear that they will never return, it disrupts these dynamics. The narcissist is forced to confront a reality in which they are not the all-powerful, all-important figure they believe themselves to be. This realization is not only painful but also deeply destabilizing for the narcissist's sense of self. As the narcissist grapples with this loss of control, they may enter a phase of self-pity and victimhood. They may portray themselves as the wronged party, unable to understand why they were abandoned. This is often an attempt to regain sympathy and support from others, as well as to avoid taking responsibility for their own behavior. The narrative becomes one in which they are the victim of an unjust and heartless act, rather than the instigator of a toxic relationship dynamic. However, beneath the anger, the victimhood, and the manipulation lies a deeper, more painful reality for the narcissist, a profound sense of emptiness and inadequacy. Without their narcissistic supply, they are forced to confront the fact that they are not as special or superior as they believe themselves to be. This can lead to feelings of worthlessness, shame, and even depression. These are emotions that narcissists go to great lengths to avoid, often by projecting them onto others. When the source of supply is gone, and there is no one left to project these feelings onto, the narcissist is left alone with their own inadequacies. It's important to note that while narcissists may suffer in the absence of their supply, this suffering is fundamentally different from the way a non-narcissistic person might experience the end of a relationship. For most people, the end of a relationship is a time of grief, reflection, and emotional healing. They mourn the loss of the person they loved, the shared experiences, and the future they had envisioned together. They may feel sadness, anger, confusion, and a range of other emotions, but these feelings are often centered around the other person and the relationship itself. In contrast, the narcissist's suffering is largely self-centered. They are not mourning the loss of the other person as an individual. Rather, they are mourning the loss of what that person provided them. The validation, the admiration, the sense of control. These are the things the narcissist truly misses. This is why, even in their suffering, narcissists often fail to show empathy or genuine concern for the other person's feelings. Their focus remains on themselves and their own needs. As time goes on, and it becomes clear that the other person is not coming back, the narcissist may experience a sense of desperation. They may try to find new sources of narcissistic supply, seeking out new relationships or rekindling old ones. However, these new sources often fail to fill the void left by the previous one. The narcissist may find themselves cycling through relationships, constantly searching for someone who can provide the level of validation and admiration they crave. This pattern can lead to a never-ending cycle of disappointment, as no one can ever truly meet the narcissist's insatiable need for validation. For those who have been involved with a narcissist, the decision to leave and never return can be incredibly empowering. It is a reclaiming of one's own power, boundaries, and sense of self. It is a statement that says, "I am worth more than this. I deserve better." This decision is not just about leaving a toxic relationship, it is about choosing to value oneself and to prioritize one's own well-being. The impact of this decision on the narcissist is profound. It forces them to confront their own limitations and vulnerabilities, things they have spent their entire lives trying to avoid. It strips away the facade of superiority and control, revealing the fragile ego underneath. It is a humbling experience, one that can lead to a temporary change in behavior. The narcissist may become more introspective, more willing to acknowledge their own flaws. However, this introspection is often short-lived. Without a genuine desire to change, the narcissist is likely to revert to their old patterns, seeking out new sources of supply to fill the void. So, what can we learn from this? Understanding the narcissist's suffering can provide us with valuable insights into the nature of narcissism and the dynamics of toxic relationships. It can help us to see through the manipulative tactics and recognize them for what they are, attempts to regain control and validation. It can empower us to set boundaries, to say no, and to walk away when necessary. It can remind us that we are not responsible for another person's happiness, especially when that person is using us to fill a void that cannot be filled. For those who have left a narcissistic relationship, it is important to remember that the narcissist's suffering is not your responsibility. You are not obligated to return, to fix, or to heal them. Your primary responsibility is to yourself, to your own healing, and to your own well-being. Leaving a narcissist can be one of the most challenging and courageous decisions you will ever make, but it is also one of the most liberating. It is a choice to value yourself, to reclaim your power, and to create a life that is free from the toxic influence of someone who seeks to control and diminish you. In conclusion, when narcissists suffer because you will never come back, it is a reflection of their own internal struggles. It is a reminder that their sense of self is deeply tied to the validation they receive from others, and without it, they are left to confront their own insecurities and inadequacies. While their suffering may be real, it is not a reflection of your worth or value. You are not just a source of supply. You are a person, deserving of love, respect, and happiness. By choosing not to return, you are making a powerful statement about your own self-worth. And that is something to be celebrated. Thank you so much for watching and for being a part of this community. Your support means the world to me. If you found this discussion helpful or insightful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We have so many more topics to explore, and I look forward to having you with me on this journey. Take care of yourselves, stay strong, and remember, you deserve to be in relationships that uplift and empower you. See you in the next video.